Assalamu alaikum, namaste, Sasri Kal. Jambas to you and a very great good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time you're watching this video. Thank you so much for watching us on ZindagiTvKe. It's a brand new season of the SAK show powered by MacCoffee. And today's guest is all the way from India. A man who's got a lot of controversies, but trust me, he delivers on his word. Let's get into finer details as we talk to Captain Rahul Bali. Captain, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me on the SAK show.
Yes, I know you're a busy man, but finally we get to sit with you. You've been one of the most wanted men in Kenya for the next few days, So before we get into all that, a brief introduction about yourself.
Jambo. That's how we greet each other, and namaste. Let me give you a small brief about myself. My name is Captain Rahul Bali. I curate festivals across the globe. The whole aim of curating the festival is bringing together countries using culture as a platform. Because I firmly believe that cultural cooperation always leads to commercial cooperation. And festivals are the best way to actually achieve what I'm trying to do, to bridge the countries and to promote and foster bilateral relations between the people of these countries with India. Keeping Bollywood and film industry and the music, art, entertainment in focus.
So that's what you do for a living. You just curate festivals and cultures, and that's your full-time job.
That's my full-time job after I left the Indian Army.
After you left the army. Yeah.
So I left the army in the year 2000. And from last 20 years, that is what I've been doing. I've been curating festivals. So I've been blessed that I have been able to curate successful festivals and be a part of it in various countries. More than 20 countries I've already done.
A few months ago, I met you at a film festival where, because of you, we got to meet Arjun Rampal. I'm sure you guys saw those selfies going viral and everything. Tell us, I think that was your first entry in Kenya?
That was right. We, in the month of August 2019, from the 10th to the 15th of August, we had brought some superstars from India, and we had done the first ever Indian Film Festival in Kenya.
Indian Film Festival, yes.
Now, I would like to tell you, SAK, that what I do is I generally like to be seen as a pioneer. So wherever we've done the festivals, I would not say everywhere, but I would say about 90% of the times, it has been the first ever.
You are the first one.
So I like to go to places where no one has ever gone before and thought of doing something like that, curating cultures. And that is why when I came to Kenya and I saw a space, I saw a vacuum, I said, let's plug it.
So you set the trend and then everybody starts following you on it.
Oh, well, I don't know whether we'll follow or not, but I like to do that.
So before we get into the current trend, which you've just said, tell us more about the film festival. How did that go and everything? Yes, we did get to meet a couple of Bollywood stars. You delivered on your word on that.
Film festival went really well.
Yeah.
In fact, so much so that I would say that as a spin-off, a lot of film stars have actually come to Kenya after the film festival.
Yes, Sara Ali Khan being one of them.
Sara Ali Khan being one of them, Alia Bhatt being one of them, Ranbir Kapoor being one of them. And I would not say that I have directly told them, but yes, indirectly, somewhere, it was Arjun Rampal's video which went viral, which he actually shot in the Masai Mara when we had taken him, that he said that I am actually floored by what
the hospitality and the things
and this place,
the wildlife and everything.
And the wildlife.
The beauty of Kenya.
Beauty of Kenya.
Yeah.
And that is how, so it's a close community, the film industry. If a person from outside goes and tells the film stars, it might not have that kind of weightage and gravity when one of their own sits and says that. So I think it was a success. In fact, I have got accolades from the government of Kenya.
Yes.
They are extremely happy with what we have been doing. Also, we have achieved success in terms of that during the film festival. At the last day of the festival, we had a very big Bollywood producer announcing a project in Kenya that he's going to shoot a big banner film here.
Wow.
And they've already, we are already in terms with the Kenya Film Commission.
Yeah.
Kenya Film Commission is supposed to get back to them with all the documents that what are the subsidies, what is the film policy, all that is happening, and those guys are ready. So I think that is what films can do to you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you have put us out on the map, and is this going to be an annual thing now for the film festival?
Yes. So as I said, I like to start. It's not that I don't like to continue. So I like to start and I love to continue.
Yeah. So this year, 2020, are we going to expect a film festival?
Absolutely. And we will be expecting it at the same time.
Yeah.
See, I like to, like you say, that I like to be called the man in controversies. Actually, it's not controversies. It is only that I like to do things which
puts him in controversy.
No, which others think that you can't do.
Yeah.
Now, for example, when I was planning the film festival,
yeah.
I was told that August is a very heavy peak season in Kenya.
Yeah.
Masai Mara, there's migration happening. The hotels are full. Why don't you do it in some other day, some other dates? I said, you think it is difficult? We can't do it? Everyone told me yes. I said, so here it is. We do in that date. And then I was told that I was looking for the venue.
Yeah.
That we want to do it in a venue which is iconic, a festival. So all my festivals, the film festivals I've done in various countries, we have only done it in an iconic standalone cinema theatre. But when I was looking for iconic things here, I was told, you can go and look everywhere, just don't go to Westgate Mall.
Oh, okay.
So I said, why? He says, because Westgate Mall was where that tragedy happened.
Yes.
I said, so we've done it, we are going to do it at Westgate Mall.
And it worked out pretty well.
And it worked out pretty well.
Brilliant.
The management of Westgate Mall is pretty happy. They said more than 200 people who had vowed that they will never ever enter Westgate because of course that tragedy had happened. The festival actually brought them in.
Brilliant.
And the management today swears by me. They say that this is what. So that is what I do. So it's not controversy actually.
So what? Before we get into controversy, tell me what made you actually come to Kenya and say, you know what, this place needs a film festival. This place needs something down or the other.
Okay.
Is that part of your job description that you go scouting different countries and then you're like, okay, we can do something here?
Of course I do that.
Yeah.
But there is someone who is a starting point.
Yeah.
In the case of Kenya, the starting point is our High Commissioner, His Excellency Mr. Rahul Chhabra.
Mr. Rahul Chhabra, yes.
Now the thing is that my relationship with the High Commissioner goes long back when he was the Indian ambassador to Hungary.
Oh.
And I've been doing the Indian Film Festival in Hungary for the last 3 years.
Okay.
So
he was the link.
We started the Indian Film Festival in Hungary under his able guidance and dynamic guidance.
Yeah.
So when he came to Kenya as the Indian High Commissioner, he is the one who actually told me that come and see this place, this is a beautiful place.
Wow.
Which I was a little reluctant, I'll be very honest, because all my festivals have either happened in Europe or they've happened in Australia.
Why were you reluctant?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because back in India, there is an unwritten thing about Africa.
The media makes us look bad.
No, not bad, not bad. That bad is not the word.
Okay.
What they make you look as is that you are not as developed as the
third world country.
It's a third world country, right? You're not as developed as the US. You're not developed as the European nations. You're not developed as the Australians. Now, India itself is not a developed country. Now, please understand, when I would want to go out, I would want to go out to a place which is perceived as a better place, right? So when I spoke to the High Commissioner, he said, you come, have a look at it. I feel it's a good place to do a film festival. If you don't like it, don't do it. I came here, believe me, within 24 hours sitting at the India House, having a coffee with him, I told him, sir, I just like the buzz. I like the place.
The vibe, the environment.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
He said, I told you, you'll do it.
Yeah.
He said, why do you think I called you here? So, this was in the month of April.
Okay.
And that is when I was told that don't do it in August. I said, we'll do it in August. Don't do it in Westgate. I said, we'll do it in Westgate. Don't take them to Mara because it is all loaded. So we'll take them to Mara. So, so it's like that.
So it's like if you want him to do it, tell him, don't do it.
No, but I think, I'll be very honest. I mean, this is something, I think the whole DNA and this whole disposition about me,
Yeah.
somewhere I think the credit or whatever goes to my father.
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, I think that is the way I was brought up. Anything he wanted, now I understood now, and I keep telling him that, Dad, you're a smart guy. Whenever you wanted me to do something, you would tell me, I know you can't do this, don't do it. So I would
So
say,
it's a reverse psychology over here.
why did he say that?
Yeah.
So I would actually, like for example, he would say, I know you can't score 80%, it's all right, it's okay.
Just sort of
And I
prove
said,
him
nothing
wrong.
doing, I have to.
Yeah.
So he said, no, I know you can't play cricket and you
Yeah.
can't get into the cricket team.
Yeah.
I became the captain of the cricket team
Wow.
of my school. I played cricket for my state
Yeah.
in India, Punjab. So every time he would want to get something out of me,
Yeah.
he would say, this is not possible, don't do it.
Don't do it.
But you know what? Karma is a bitch. I'll tell you why. We are two brothers.
Yeah. Okay.
We are two brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a younger brother.
Yeah.
When my dad tried to do this with him, it fell flat. Because when he would tell him, you can't do this, he says, you are absolutely right, Dad, I can't.
Yeah. That's a good one.
So my dad said, no, but what do you mean you can't? He said, you
Yeah.
only said it, I can't.
Yeah.
So I can't. Why are you expecting it to do it? I won't do it. So that is the whole thing, that yes, I try to get a little pleasure out of, also I think it has got to do with my army training. Because
A lot to do with that. I guess,
because
yeah.
in the army we are taught we can't take no for a word.
Yeah.
Because when you have to go for war, you have to go for war. Be it thunderstorms, be it. So you don't say today it's bad weather, we won't go for war. You don't do that.
True,
you know,
true,
you
true.
would say, oh, it is raining, it's
Yeah.
thunderstorms. Let's wait till the
Yeah.
weather clears.
Yeah.
Or you know what?
Yeah.
My commanding officer has diarrhea, so we can't go to war. It doesn't happen like that. If you want to go, you have to go. So that is what it is. So if you have to do something, you just go and do it.
Yeah. So I guess that brings us to the next thing, which you were told not to do, but you did it.
And that's what?
Indrica.
No.
Tell us about the birth of Indrica.
Now here's the catch again. Now here's the catch. I think it was going too smooth because everyone told me do it. So probably
So the gods were not with you.
So God said that, listen, you cannot leave your own nature.
Yeah.
So you have to be in news. You cannot just go and smooth sail.
No,
But-
tell us about the birth of Indrica. Just the name itself. How did the idea develop? Is it something you've done before in other countries? And is it something which you replicated down here?
Okay, to be very honest,
Yeah.
this is the very first. We have not done something like this in any other country.
Okay.
What we've done is, like for example, we've done fashion festivals. I've done fashion festivals in Russia, fashion festivals in Vietnam, fashion festivals in London. We've done film festivals in Poland, in Hungary, in Vietnam, in Russia, in Kazakhstan, in so many countries. We've done music and dance festivals, concerts in a couple of other countries, and in India, a lot of
Yeah.
them. But never did we actually do a festival which is all of it together. And the reason why I did this was, I saw that in Nairobians love to party.
Yes,
They
it's a big
love
culture.
to and get them entertain themselves.
True, we love entertainment.
Yeah. When I was kind of doing my little research, I saw that there are two different segments of cultural events happening. Either it is an Indian event where only the Indians go,
Yeah.
or it is a Kenyan event or an African event where only the Kenyans and the other people go.
Yeah.
There was no event in which we actually gelled both of them together. And I was told, now this is the birth of India-Rica.
Okay.
I was told, don't even try that.
Don't think about it.
It won't work. The Kenyans and Indians are living in, they are cohabitants. They live very amicably, but still they are oil and water. They will not gel. So I said, let's gel them. Let's do India-Rica.
That's how it all started.
That all started.
Brilliant, guys. That's how it started. So, I had ordered one of my outfits to wear, but the show did not happen. Why? What went wrong? What went right? We'll find out right after this break.
Hi, I'm Monique. I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a kickboxing trainer and a personal trainer. MacCoffee, white coffee, 3-in-1. It is easy and fast to make. In between pairs, I can make a cup of MacCoffee, white coffee, 3-in-1, and it's only 15 shillings. MacCoffee, power your now.
Welcome, folks. The SAK show brought to you by MacCoffee. Have you had your MacCoffee? I can see Captain Bali is already having it.
Lovely.
You're a coffee person or a tea person?
I am a tea person, but I have suddenly got hooked to MacCoffee because of two reasons.
Yeah,
One,
tell me.
MacCoffee was our first association with MacCoffee was when I did the Indian Film Festival in Russia.
Okay.
MacCoffee was one of our partners.
Yes, they are very popular in Russia.
So we had MacCoffee as our partners there, and in fact, MacCoffee is one of our partners in India-Rica festival as well.
Brilliant.
So MacCoffee. So guys, you must enjoy the MacCoffee.
All the good people are together over here. Now, tell me, Indrica, you told us how it all came about and how the birth of it happened. So, how did you decide who to pick? You know, you're like, okay, bringing two countries together, bringing two cultures together. How did you decide to go with a couple of names, which I'm sure you should be able to tell us?
Okay, now, see, let me first tell you about the Indian names.
Yeah.
When we were wanting to connect to the people of Nairobi, we found out that a lot of musical events are already happening here.
Yeah.
Almost all big names in the music industry have already come to Nairobi and performed.
Yes.
So we thought that let's give it a little twist in that. Let's get some Bollywood into it.
Bollywood.
We get some actors into it. We get some actors who can dance into it. So we make it into a star night rather than a musical concert. And then when we wanted to pick up the actors, I wanted to keep in mind people of all ages. So we wanted to bring in someone like a Gulshan Grover, who is by far, some people might not like it, but I'll let you know that he is by far the Al Pacino of Indian films.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Before you
do
ask.
Do you agree Gulshan Grover is the Al Pacino of Indian movies, right?
Even if you don't, after this interview, you will.
I don't. So let's see if he can convince me on this.
Let me tell you why.
Badman, Al Pacino.
Now, Batman, the Al Pacino of Indian films.
Convince me.
Okay. 400 films, the first Indian actor to successfully transit from Bollywood to Hollywood.
Agreed.
Worked with greatest of people like Spielberg,
Agreed.
James Cameron, Steven Seagal. Did more than 400 films in more than 60 languages. He is the first Indian to have starred in a Malaysian film.
Agreed.
First Indian to have starred in an Iranian film.
Agreed.
First Indian to have starred in a Polish film. And I don't know how many of them. Right? Now.
During his time, yes.
Now.
During his time.
His time is now.
His time is now.
See, there is a league of actors whose time never ends.
Okay.
He is still one of the most busy actors today,
okay.
Both in Hollywood and Bollywood and Nollywood, Tollywood, I don't know what all woods.
Wow, okay.
Now, I will also tell you why I am calling him the Al Pacino. Although, if Gulshan Grover, my brother, is listening to it, I am sorry because I know you don't like it because he says, who's Al Pacino? That's Batman for you. He doesn't like, he says, Al Pacino is the Gulshan Grover of Hollywood. That's Gulshan Grover.
Yeah.
It's all about the attitude that man has.
No. We met him during IFA and he was a gem. He was so down to earth, very humble, and everything. And we asked him about Kenya and shooting Vishwatma and all. He still remembers those days, and he's I'm looking forward
That is
to
the
it.
connect.
Yeah.
So Vishwatma is the major connect of getting Gulshan Grover.
Okay.
Now, all the other people who were part of Vishwatma, unfortunately, Amrish Sahab is no longer there.
Yeah.
Divya Bharti is no longer there.
Yes.
Sunny Deol is too involved with his son's, launching, that he's too much involved in it. He stopped going to events.
Yeah.
And Gulshan today is one of the fittest Indian stars.
Oh, yes.
And when I told, we are going to actually, India-Rica is going to have a Indo-African fashion show. by one of the leading fashion designers in Kenya called Carol Kinoti.
Okay.
Now, Carol Kinoti is going to bring together Indian and African models and walk the ramp, and the showstopper is going to be the bad man.
So all this was supposed to happen at Indrica.
It will happen in India.
It will happen. Okay. I'm using was because we're coming to that one. Okay, that's Gulshan Grow. What about the other people who got involved into it?
Divya Bharti, you know that beautiful actress?
Yes.
Divya Bharti, unfortunately, we lost her very early. Divya Bharti's first cousin is Kainat Arora.
Okay.
So Divya Bharti's famous song Saat Samundar Par Main Tere Piche Piche Aa Gayi is Vishwatma.
Okay.
Now, Kainat Arora is the flavor of Bollywood these days. Beautiful actress, brilliant dancer. She has been just given the Dada Saheb Phalke Academy Award for being the queen of the stage.
Okay.
She is a brilliant dancer, and she is representing Divya Bharti. And she's going to start her performance with that song, Saat Samundar.
Okay, that's a
right.
Yeah.
Third is Naina Singh.
Naina Singh.
Naina Singh is the winner of MTV Sports Splitsvilla. She is the lead actor in a TV serial called Kumkum Bhagya.
Which is very
Bhagya is a very popular TV serial here in
even
Kenya.
Yep.
It's dubbed into Swahili.
Yes.
It's played on Ainoru TV. So much so that when she was about to come and when she will come, we are having the Ainoru TV people actually going and receiving her at the airport and saying that Ria of Kumkum is here.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
All right.
No, this is this.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
is Sneha Namanandi. She is the latest sensation of Bollywood. She's done a couple of movies right now down south, but she is being signed by a lot of big banners, by Balaji, by a couple of other banners. An amazing dancer. And the best part is that she's the one who's already landed in Nairobi, because she was a little more, because she was actually coming from the US, and she's also on the cover page of Makeup America.
Wow.
And because of her flight timings, she was the first to land.
The first one to land.
And we had to take this call only after her landing.
But we were lucky enough to meet her, and in the next episode we'll get personal with her and find out more about her. So coming back to you, Mr. Kapil.
And then we have the musical sensation of before that, Sugandha Mishra.
Before the big one, huh?
Before the big one. No, all of them are big, but I wanted to go in a chronological order.
Yeah.
Then we have the queen of comedy from India, Sugandha Mishra.
She's hilarious.
So we don't want to even, I mean, every Indian who has seen the Kapil Sharma show knows the Lata Didi, knows the Kangana Ranaut, knows the Kajol, the way she does.
Sure.
And people who do not know this, let me tell you, she is a brilliant singer.
Wow.
And this, I'm not saying, it has been said by someone of the likes of Rahat Fateh Ali Khan.
Wow.
Rahat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab says that this girl is the closest to the evergreen Nightingale of India, Lata Mangeshkar. That's what Rahat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab had said in one of the shows on Kapil Sharma show.
Okay.
You can even go and Google that show. Say Rahat Fateh Ali Khan and Sugandha Mishra on Kapil Sharma show. You will see she sung that song, and Rahat Sahab was totally mesmerized by her voice.
Okay.
And then the musical sensation of India, the girl who has won all possible awards in the last couple of years, hands down, is Neeti Mohan.
Neeti Mohan.
Whether it is Ishq Wala Love, or it is Jare, or it is Saw Asmanon Se, or it is Tune Mari Entry, and an innumerable number of songs. So this is what we were actually getting the lineup, so that we give.
So what about the local lineup then? How did you decide on the local lineup?
Okay. Now when we got some big names from India, we had to match up the local lineup.
Yeah.
So it goes without saying that we had, first of all, is the master of ceremonies, has to be someone who's iconic. So when we did a little research, we found out that Jeff Koinange has got a fan following.
Yeah.
He's a legend. So we had no two views about it. And the best part was that during the Indian Film Festival when I did here last year, I had the pleasure of going on the Jeff Koinange show. So I had a bonding with him, and we had a great time on the Jeff Koinange show, and we were friends. So when I spoke about this India-Rica to Jeff Koinange was more than willing and happy, and he said, "Brother, I am going to be on it, whether you like it or not."
So you had a lot of other big names, you know, Sauti Soul.
Then we had the
Avril,
legendary
so
Sauti
many guys.
Soul.
So you just
Avril,
did you just decide
Silayo.
to pick? You're like, you know what? Let's just pick the cream from this side, and we just merge it out
Absolutely.
together. That was the bottom.
So this
line.
was the whole thing, that we want to get the biggest names from both sides,
Yeah.
put them together, and actually bring out a product.
Yeah.
Because okay, I also want to tell you something which is very, very integral to all the viewers who will want to know this. When I came to Kenya and I wanted to do India-Rica, the whole concept was, it was India-Rica and not India-Kenya. It was Africa.
Africa.
So the whole concept was that we will do one year. First year we'll do it in Kenya because I love Kenya.
Yeah.
And then we'll rotate it in various nations in Africa.
Okay.
Right? So we'll go to Ethiopia, we'll go to South Africa, we'll go to Nigeria and the likes. But when it started becoming bigger and bigger, when we had amazing support from the government of Kenya.
But I know you have tremendous support, but how difficult was it to convince people to join you into this venture? Something new, it's a virgin territory, you're like, you know.
See, SK, I'll tell you something.
Entertainers, we understand, yes, you say, okay.
So what happens is,
Monetary value is all
whenever you want to do something, like I told you, I've been doing this not in Kenya but across the globe. So whenever you want to do something new, you will always have resistance.
Yeah.
And I believe...
So you did face some of that?
Of course I did.
Okay.
And I'll tell you very honestly, I believe that whenever you are trying to do something new, you have to go through 3 steps. First, they will ridicule you. Then they will resist you. And then they will copy you.
Why this guy?
So I'm used
He
to
reads
it.
a lot.
So I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So I did get ridiculed. I get resisted.
Yeah.
And now I'm on the verge of getting copied.
Yeah.
So it's all right. But at the same breath, I would say I love Kenya. I love the people of Kenya. I have people, MacCoffee, Safaricom, Barclays, Crown Paints,
We're supporting
the government of Kenya, the High Commission of India, Sarova Hotels. I mean, these guys have been my rock of Gibraltar. They've stood with me in all the rain and storm and said, listen, we are with you.
Yeah.
Come what may. Carnivore. I mean, people were saying that Carnivore is a tough guy, but I think Carnivore is the best people. Carnivore
Martin
was
Dunford,
out of... Martin
another
Dunford
legend.
is a legend. So is Jimmy Karaoke from Sarova. I mean, these guys have stood by me in sunshine and rain both, and they're still standing by me. So, however I was, yes, there were people who did not believe in me. They did not, okay, not in me, but they did not believe in this concept.
You know,
they believe in the idea.
because I'll tell you, when it came out, everybody was like, how is this going to happen? How is this captain going to pull it off? So many people, you know, when they say there are too many cooks, something or the other goes wrong. So here was like, so many international Bollywood artists here, so many local artists who are also, some of them are international artists as well, putting them all together under one roof, clash of egos, big budgets involved, a lot of money involved, you know, back and forth here and there. So there was a big question mark about it in the market.
I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
But anything big when you do, as I say, whenever you are planning for something big, question marks will arise. And if I would on the flip side say that if there were no question marks, I would have been a worried man.
Yeah.
Because if on the highway of life, everything is coming your way, you are in the wrong lane.
True.
And kites will rise against the wind, not with it.
Not with it. Yeah.
So criticism is very, very important for success. And I'm very thankful to all the people who supported me, and I'm more thankful to the ones who did not.
So that brings out to the bottom line, which I'm sure all the viewers are waiting to hear. What went wrong? What happened? You know, I mean, that's why we said, you know, we'll hear it from the horse's mouth. So Captain Rahul, this brings us to the bottom line. You know, everybody's now waiting for the big question to be answered. The $1 million question is like, Indrica did not take place. What went wrong? Kya hua, you know, something. We've got a couple of reasons here, but in the market, everybody's throwing a lot of reasons out there, you know, which leads them to the big question mark which they had initially it was announced.
Okay.
So that's why I said let's hear it from the horse's mouth. I think Ray, please zoom into him just on his face right now. Please, Ray, you can do that so we can get a direct one-on-one answer from him. Tell us, Mr. Rahul.
Okay, SK, before I start, I will have the audacity of correcting you when you said that why it did not take place. It will take place. It is just postponed. It is not cancelled. Number one. What went wrong? The timing went wrong. What went wrong? One of the most revered African leaders who ruled Kenya, or I would say served Kenya for 24 long years, the most loved president, the second president of Kenya, Honorable His Excellency Mr. Moi, he passed away. That went wrong. We cannot do a festival celebrating two great nations when the leader of a great nation has passed away. We cannot even think of, leave aside the losses and leave aside the expenses and leave aside the arrangements that has happened. If anyone who has been to Carnivore during those days would have seen the setup was complete.
Yes, the setup was being done.
The artists have been here. Sneha Namanandi landed in Kenya. The other artists, we stopped them at the airport. Why? Because whatever said and done, some things need to be respected. Some people need to be respected. And President Moi was an icon. He was one of the greatest African leaders the world has ever seen. And I would not want to be guilty of being victimized, or I do not want to be, forget about anyone else. I cannot see myself, because I believe that at the end of the day, I am answerable only to myself. I am answerable to the man in the glass. And the man in the glass, my inner voice, did not allow me to go ahead with this event in the time when Kenyans are mourning.
True. I mean, the whole nation was mourning. So how could we celebrate it?
So that is very simple. People who have got doubts, I would like to reach up to you. I would want to reach out to you and tell you that please don't have doubts on the India-Rica festival.
So on that, somebody says, like, when you meet Captain Bali, just Rahul, make sure you ask him that, did it work in your favor or something? Because I think a day or 2 days prior to the event, tickets were slashed and the pricing went down. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay, first of all, let's put facts together.
Yeah.
I'll answer that whether it worked in my favor or not, that later. But let me first get you some truth into it.
We are not disputing. It was the right decision. But okay, let's just clear a few empty vessels.
I want to take that issue as well. Yeah. I want to address that issue as well. The ticket prices were never slashed. It was always that whenever someone will pick up bulk tickets, he will get a special price.
Okay.
Right. Now, someone picks up 2,000 tickets from me, and that particular person also has a ticketing platform, and he wants to sell it. I'm no one to stop it. Now, the tickets have never been slashed.
Yeah.
Because you cannot have 4 ticketing platforms having different cost of same ticket. Yeah. So you can go and check up. The tickets cost was at 3 platforms was at one cost, and another platform was a different cost because the reasons were different. So that's why I wanted to put rest.
Clearly at the discretion of the platform.
So he might sell it for free.
That's up
I
to
mean,
him.
so it's his discretion.
It had nothing to do with
it. It has nothing. I sold the tickets at a particular price, and it was still there. Yeah. Anyone who picks up, now if someone picks up 2,000 tickets, I'm obviously going to give him discount. The whole world gives that. So it's nothing to do with that.
Even if it's 10, I would give it.
Absolutely. So if you will give it a 10, I was 2,000 tickets picked up, right? Also, I would also like to say here that whether it was a blessing in disguise or not, I firmly believe, that whatever happens for good.
True.
Now, obviously, at this moment, I cannot say that President Moi's death was for good. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm trying to say is God has his own ways. Every one of us has to die. Our day will come. But what the day he has the destiny, and the day he has finalized, we all will go on the same day. But we have to celebrate the great life of Moi. We have to salute that man. We have to give our homage to him.
True.
So it actually does not make a difference to me that what people think, because I know I'm right. I know I have done the right thing. And I will also like to tell you that majority of the people, whether they were my partners, corporates, sponsors, artists, people who bought tickets, people who are my vendors, everyone, not even one single person has come up to me directly or even through anyone else said that I've done a wrong thing.
No, you have done the right thing. So guys, the festival is not cancelled. It is postponed. It is happening. Tell us more about it.
It is absolutely postponed because we are not even saying that it is postponed to a new date. I am giving you a date right now.
Right here, right now. Tell us.
Right now, the date is the Easter weekend, which is 10th, 11th and 12th of April. Now again, I was told.
11, 12.
Again, I was told, don't do it on the Easter weekend. And I said, yes, we got the dates. We'll do it on the Easter weekend. Because I do not like to believe that the lovely people of Nairobi, why will they not come and party on Easter when I'm giving them? I was told that people do not stay here in Easter. I said, because you don't give them a good event to stay here.
True.
Why should a person stay in Nairobi when there's nothing here?
Yeah.
I will give them a reason to stay and party at the carnival grounds at the Easter weekend.
So that's officially announced. That's the
absolutely
now.
10th, 11th and 12th of April, we come and celebrate Easter
What about
together.
the lineup? Will it still be the same, or are you
It
making
will
some
be
changes?
much bigger. Now that we are planning to do a bigger event, the lineup will be bigger than what we had.
So very soon, are you going to tell us exclusively?
Absolutely. We're going to tell you exclusively when we finalize the artist, because the dates are finalized. Most of them are there. We are not changing anyone. We're only adding on.
Adding on. Oh, nice. I like that. So bigger, better. Indrica, Easter weekend. Anything else you want to tell to all our viewers before?
I just want to say that I'm sure that in this time of grief, when I'm expressing my solidarity with 48 million Kenyans and all people living in Kenya, the Indians and all nationalities, today we bow down to a great life. It's a solemn time. We are mourning. But as Mark Twain had once said, life can be defined best in 3 words. It goes on. Soon we will be out of the mourning. We will be back with the festivities in a much bigger way.
Bigger and better.
And I'm 100% sure that the people will support us. They will come out in large numbers. We were expecting a crowd of about 7,000 to 8,000 in the India-Rica, which was supposed to happen on 7th to 9th February, which I am now 120% sure, if that is allowed, it's actually 100%, that we are going to get more than 15,000 people coming and celebrating with us, enjoying the spirit of India and Africa, enjoying the culture, enjoying the dances, music, art, fashion, food, films, all of that together at the carnival grounds from the 10th to the 12th of April. See you there.
There you go, guys. The promise has been made. We'll look forward to that one. Closer to the date, we will announce to you the lineup and more details. I'm sure Mr. Captain Bali is going to be on this hot seat very soon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Azek.
We really appreciated that. A small gift for you from MacCoffee and Mr. Rana.
Oh, Mr. Rana, thank you so much. He's been a real support, and I love coffee.
There you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And now you know the new dates of Indrica have been set. We've got so much in store for you. Keep it here, Zindagi TV. Asante Sana.